Welcome once again to the Halloween special of Fandom Live. Freakness going all around here.
Smash pumpkin.
Feel free to jump in. We're here to talk about the top 5 TV episodes and comic book storylines that are kind of frightening in their own rights.
Yeah. Before that, let's take
a short word from our sponsors.
Right, and this episode is once again brought to you by our good friends at sungame.com,
makers of Sun Island. A new virtual world where you can meet friends, check out movies, listen to music, play games,
and watch
our
previous
past episodes.
So there you go. Join the open beta. The website is sungame.com. The game is Sun Island. Right, so I still don't have my voice back.
And that's why you're so perfect for this episode, Nick.
Yes.
The top 5 scary TV episodes.
You'd be one of them with your bedside voice. The first would be
From the
Simpsons.
Yep.
The Treehouse of Horror.
Which, you know, it's a staple of the Simpsons TV show. Every year they do it, every season.
It's a series of self-contained segments which are meant for their Halloween episodes.
Which has no bearing whatsoever to the main storyline for that season.
It's just to make it fun.
And one of the recurring segments for each season is one with, well, you guys saw the screen capture, Kang and Kodos, the aliens from Julian 4, I think.
Well, even though if it's not a Halloween episode, they still make an appearance.
Yeah, but you know, they shine.
But they shine.
Mostly.
In most of the episodes, they try to parody famous or popular films or other horrors ranging from Frankenstein to Godzilla and the like. So,
Next.
Moving on.
From Simpsons, we have X-Files, their episode known as Home.
Yes, it's one of the most disturbing episodes they had because it deals with these 3 brothers who are actually trying to perpetuate their family by keeping it pure. They want to keep their family pure, so they're actually inbreeding with their mother. Ew. If that's not scary, then I don't know what is.
Maybe
I
the
think
next
it's more
one.
disturbing.
Maybe the next one on the list from the TV show.
Oh my god, a ghost just passed by.
Oh yes.
Our tribe has gone down.
From House,
That's
we
freaky.
have Guardian Angels.
Guardian Angels.
The episode which was
meant for Halloween. The thing about this episode is, in this episode, there is a patient here who can see dead people. And in the screenshot here, there's a frightening image of a relative of House who visits him while he's treating the patient.
But that relative is supposed to be dead.
Exactly.
And you think that sci-fi shows would not have their share of horror?
You're wrong!
Think again.
From Star Trek,
the original series.
This is called Cat's Paw. It's actually more Halloween themed because we have witches, wizards, black cats, and haunted castles. They're actually, the 2 aliens are very powerful beings and they kind of do some witchcraft on the crew to prevent them from leaving the planet.
One of the first shows, right, to ever have a
To
special
incorporate a Halloween theme.
episode, regardless of it being a sci-fi show, actually. Oh, speaking of sci-fi, Toby,
we have
scariest.
from Doctor Who, the episode known as Blink, where strange things out there move so fast that they can only get close to you if you don't blink.
If you don't see them, right? Of course,
So
we're
you
not
have to
in
make
them.
sure your eyes are open the whole time while watching the episode, or you might miss it and they'll not exactly kill you, but deal with you in a way that ain't quite nice.
Of course, I've seen the episode. It didn't have much of Doctor Who in it, but the entire episode was really wow.
And that was one of the fun things about this episode, other than the fact it can be very scary.
Yeah.
For people who aren't fans of Doctor Who, it's a perfect way to jump in and get into the series.
There's still time traveling, a lot of time things going on in that episode, but still very, very scary because it does make you think, right? I mean, what if?
So outside films and television, comic books as well have their own share of horror stories to tell.
Of course, this is mainly because a lot of these books, well, most of these books have been, people have been following them since the 1960s, as even earlier, and then suddenly there are changes that happen to these stories that kind of make them kind of freaky. Of course, if you're a fan of the X-Men, you should know this, the Age of Apocalypse. The alternate reality where X-Men are, well, some of the X-Men are villains, some of the villains, like Sabretooth here, is an X-Men, even Magneto, and the world is controlled by Apocalypse and his band of evil mutants, with only this ragtag team of superheroes to defend, you know, not just humanity, but the rest of mutant kind as well. It was published in the mid-90s, and for its time, it was one of the most violent, graphic storylines.
With so many people being killed
on a daily basis. There you go. So, not just characters that have had huge followings, actually.
No, just like other TV shows, comics as well sometimes adapt popular horror themes into their comics, such as the Brood Saga, where strange alien creatures, which in some ways resemble H.R. Geiger's Aliens,
the Necronomicon,
begin to interfere with the world and start impregnating our heroes with brood, making them superpowered hosts that the very enemy uses against the heroes.
That was, of course, way before the Secret Invasion happening right now with Marvel.
But Marvel Comics wasn't always just adapting things and using it to their advantage.
Yes.
They were known as well for throwing very twisted storylines which are still canonically part of the main plot. And nothing can be as terrifying as Days of the Future Past, whose story still reverberates even in the current series and was even used as inspiration for the movies.
Yeah.
You have the X-Men struggling now to survive because the government has embraced the Sentinels and now mutants are being hunted down worldwide.
If the Age of Apocalypse was all about mutant domination, this is a totally different...
Where Extinction was the name of the game.
The humans are winning here, and this is set sometime in the future, not exactly in the present, but yeah.
Marvel Comics may have had its share of horror stories, but they are nothing compared to the horror story DC Comics unleashed many years back, which not only threatened our world, but all the possible infinite versions of Earth that existed. Crisis of Infinite Earths was the major story arc of DC Comics, which had hundreds of heroes facing great odds.
A lot of characters also that were being followed by a lot of fans of the Supergirl.
They were killed off.
And many iconic heroes, such as Supergirl, dying in their attempts to save the world. Most notably, Barry Allen Flash.
The Flash, yeah.
This series was so terribly frightening that it even actually continues now with the current Final Crisis that is currently being printed and released. Outside the mainstream Marvel and DC Comics, we have a series by Robert Kirkman, which actually has captured the hearts of many readers, known as The Walking Dead, taking the concept of the zombie threat into new heights. The Walking Dead is now currently in its 50-plus issues and still continues to chronicle the stories of people who have survived the unknown threat, the unknown cause of this threat, and the daily travails that they go through. Check it out if you have time.
Of course, if you want to check out other zombies, there's still 30 Days of Night, Marvel Zombies if you want into the mainstream.
And who knows, maybe if you have time, you can actually drop by here and visit us to check out the stuff we have in our library.
Yep, we are located at Unit G9, Regalia Park Towers, P2 Street, Cubao, Quezon City. And if you want to email us, feel free to email us at live@fandomcafe.com. Visit our website too, that's www.fandomcafe.com. And visit our Multiply site also, fandomlive.multiply.com.
So there you have it, a new selection of stuff you might want to check out if you want to get a little bit of goosebumps for the recently concluded Halloween season.
Till next year.
Till next year.
This is Fandom Live, signing out.
Yes, makatagal na ako ng makeup.